sanctified be your name. May your kingdom come, your will be done as in so upon the earth, and our bread that's upon the earth. Give us day by day, and forgive us and our debtors as we should forgive those who sin against us. And do not bring us to trial, rather deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power and the glory to the ages of ages. Amen. So be it.
Amen. So be it. Thank you so much, brother. All right. I just started TikTok and I just started I didn't open this thing. I just started YouTube and I just started TikTok for 7:00. A few minutes late. I'm sorry, guys, because I know that you want to start exactly 7:00. And we've been coming on 6:30, a little bit earlier, so we could talk about what we talk about, and that you guys don't have to wait around like you always do. It's not fair for you. So let me just say, hey, James, good to see you, darling. Love you so much. Share it alive, share it alive. Today we're going to talk about healing scriptures and monkeypox. We're going to talk about what's going to be spraying that's already started. Okay. As I was talking to our brothers and sisters on Zoom, because I don't want you guys hanging. That's not fair for you guys. Marlene, good to see you. Scott, good to see you. I want to talk about the monkeypox. I want to talk about what these jets that are designed now to spray over large crowds and what's going to be coming. You need to know what's going to be happening. Okay, I know they come out with these movies. I know they're coming out with who's, doing the parties for the political. You got to look at the bigger picture, what's going on. While they're doing things here with the puppet shows, you got to see what else is happening. You got to keep your eyes always alert on what's happening. Good to see you, Marlene. I love you, darling. Scott, good to see you. I'm hanging in still. I thank you for your prayers. I don't know how long I'm staying on because I'm still get dizzy as I'm sitting up. You're going to see me stand, sit. Sometimes you might see me even rest my head. But I want to talk about something real quick. Jessica, good to see you, darling. Beautiful. Louis, good to see you. Just seeing who else popped in. I want to talk about, has anybody else, I asked this real quick on Zoom. I want to see if anybody else is noticing this. As a matter of fact, I was on the phone with Joe and Karen when helicopters were going around my house. I said, Joe, there's like a whole bunch of helicopters going around my house. And it seemed like it was going around just my neighborhood. It wasn't flying off and then coming back. It wasn't going, it was like flying around my neighborhood. And I've been telling you, for the mosquitoes, they came 3 times. But that guy that comes, that you hear him, right? Only when he's in your neighborhood, right? He came 3 times in the matter of 2 days, spraying that toxicity, whatever that toxic stuff is, for the mosquitoes. And ever since that guy came and those helicopters came within the same time frame, within the same days, I can't breathe. Or I couldn't breathe. I'm breathing a lot better now. All of a sudden, I get all of this congestion. I feel like my heart was going to pop out of I was getting pains in my chest. It felt like somebody was stepping on me. My back, it felt like, I don't know, it felt like that something was taking the back of my spine and just squeezing it so tight that I couldn't even lay down. Coughing up phlegm, just fever, 101 fever for a couple of days. Couldn't get out of bed. But I got to tell you something. Is this something that just came out of nowhere? I don't get sick like this. This is not me. This isn't me. So I know when I tell you I don't have any taste and I can't smell, I know that's a symptom of this COVID stuff, right? I've never had anything where I couldn't taste or smell before, even when I was sick. So I know this is pretty, whatever this is a mixture of quite a few things, I think. And it's different than anything I've ever had. And this is the longest I've ever been, where I just want to just go lay down. I wasn't even going to come. I was going to cancel. I said, I can't cancel because you know what? Every time I cancel, Lucifer wins. And that's not going to happen. We endure to the end, right? No matter what. So I want to ask you something. As I was telling them earlier, my brothers and sisters that are on Zoom, I was saying ever since those helicopters sprayed, I still am throwing out my garbage. I'm still throwing out my recycles. I'm still going to my mailbox. I'm still trying to get some air outside, going outside, having the sun hit my face so I could get some vitamin K or D, whatever that is. I still try to go outside. And I'm noticing nobody in my neighborhood has their garage doors open. And since I've been here since 2008, and I'm in a cul-de-sac, and as you come out of my cul-de-sac to the rest of the block, there's always like those 5 houses that have their garage doors open every day. They're open every single day. Husbands are doing the lawn, or they're trimming, or they're doing weeding, or there's always something. People walking their dogs, or the neighbors talking to each other, or nobody. It's been a ghost town in my neighborhood. I cannot explain this. I have never seen this. And it's all, and as I'm staying in the house with me being barricaded, it looks like the same thing is happening to my neighbors too. How many of you are noticing when you go out of your house that things are not the same? Something is wrong. Honestly, because I'm seeing it here. Joe, I want you guys to testify to this. What have you guys noticed in your neighborhood that's not right? Because I'm telling you, there's something not right. I don't see people.
Same thing, Michelle. The garage doors are shut down. Hardly anybody's outside. Even though it's been very warm out here in our part of Texas, that could be it. But it's just there are some neighbors that always have the garage doors open, and now we hardly see any doors open at all. So to that direct question to us, in this part of where me and Karen live, it's changed a little, but not drastically. And it also can be the heat also that we're experiencing right now. So we're at between 105 and 108 outside. So and then it's hopefully it'll cool down and maybe more people will start going outside. But as far as me and Karen noticing, the garages are going down. I mean, they're shut.
Yeah. Even in Florida, if it's 104 degrees, these people always have the garage doors open. I could point out the exact houses because they're always the same ones every day. It's like I guess they want to make their house breathe. I don't know. It's like their garage doors open. And, they don't care if it's 100 degrees in Florida or 105. Their garage doors are open. But I'm not seeing people. Okay, you want to have your garage, but nobody's walking their dogs. I don't see nobody talking outside like I normally see. It is the most strangest thing that it's just all of a sudden, ever since those helicopters came around, ever since they sprayed, I'm fearing, and I shouldn't say fear, forgive me, Father, because we don't fear. I'm thinking they all got the same thing I got, and they're all barricading themselves and can't get out of bed. And I'm really believing that. Because what I got here is just not normal at all. And I'm going to play something for you guys from one of the guys that was JWTV. I absolutely love this guy. And he has a lot of connections that he has with the military and whistleblowers and things that are happening right now. Excuse me, that they already got these planes and hangars that are set up to do certain kind of sprays. Now, I've seen helicopters, on TikTok, people are outside with their camcorders or TV, whatever they're using, not camcorders. Nobody's using camcorders anymore. They're phones. And they're actually witnessing that the helicopters are actually spraying out this blue dust or blue fog or whatever, this mist. So I'm going to play it for you now. All right, Susan and Chuck, good to see you guys. Maze Days, good to see you. Marlene, all right, I love you guys. Share the live, hit the likes. James, I love you so much, James. Good to see you. I'm going to play on Zoom. You guys are going to be able to hear it. You're not going to be able to see it, but you're going to be able to hear it. And again, bear with me, please. I'm not over this. This is, I think, the 11th day, and it's just not still here. So getting better, but I want to play this for you. Okay. Now this is going to be it's going to be like 10, 15 minutes, but just listen to what's being said. It might be even a little longer. Okay, I want you to hear this.
We got to get into the secret CDC cover-up.
Okay, the CDC cover-up, the secret MPOX cover-up. Okay, I got to watch how I say it because we don't want to kick off.
A couple of events that line up with certain things that's going on in the current situations. Because you only get dust falling on you in Arizona, in Texas, and other places, Sahara Desert, stuff like that. But reportedly, we've got right over where we seen the one CDC plane fly right over in Florida, which is one pinpoint, and we got other stuff happening in different parts of America, which we're going to get to here in just a second. And once again, the insider information we was getting was not an elected sheriff; it was a sheriff deputy with the rank of a sergeant, just to clear all that up. And we'll talk about a little bit of information he's given a little bit more. San Marino neighborhood blocked off for hours due to mysterious gray dust. Now, what makes this scenario much different is that we've had dust fall on vehicles before, but this time they needed the police to block off the neighborhood, which is different than the other times because no other time did we have any response to the vehicles having some type of dust on them. So eventually, though, they come out and say, oh, don't worry, it was just a fertilizer company. And somehow this traveled through the wind and got to your vehicles. Are you really serious? Like, can we really trust these people? Again, like we said, same location where we caught the CDC planes flying. Look at that.
And I got to tell you something.
And again,
I am right here. Where's this guy? He's by Tampa Airport. This is where I am right here. I don't know if you see my little arrow here. Okay, if they're showing Tampa with this little X right here, I am right here. This is where I am, right here. I'm telling you, I have never
you
felt.
You can't track these. Like August 3rd, as a matter of fact, was the last time we could track the CDC planes. And remember, they took the tracker offline for N173PA, but they got a private one flying around that we can't even get information on. Meanwhile, they got some secretive drills that they're not telling anybody publicly that we've got information on. The airport employee can't get us more information. This was the plane that he spotted that was a private CDC plane. And we're just zooming in a little bit because we tried to see if we can see the extra set of nozzles he said he saw. Because right now we're not getting any more information. These planes show up and then mysteriously we start being told that get ready. Now all states need to prepare for this pandemic coming, which we want to break down a little bit more. They said some things that they kind of alluded to what they were doing. What did they say? Synthetic biology could bring a pox on us all in 2019. They said the study could give terrorists a rogue state a recipe to reconstitute the smallpox. And what do the idiots do? The idiots go and literally say, how Canadian researchers reconstitute an extinct pox virus for $100,000 using a mail-order DNA, a study that brought horsepack. You got the horsepack pox back. But anyway, it brought it back to life, triggering a new debate about the risk and power of synthetic biology. Getting into the next part. So what we've been hearing now, I want to hear from you on the ground. I'm going to give you information here. The CDC operation, they has these nozzles on the plane. The employee who went out there, and we're exclusively the only ones breaking the story. So I feel like we need to put more weight into it in a little bit of detail. He went out. They had private detail security and nozzles on there. What does that mean? They were going to spray something. And biologically speaking, right now, the sheriff's deputy, he was telling us that people in his current area, which now guess what they're saying? We told you it was going to be a multi-line pandemic. Didn't we say that? And they just announced exactly that. They was like, it's time to start taking the mpox seriously and the bird flu. We already said that days ago, weeks ago, because we got a little bit more detail on the inside of the plan. So check it out. Where they were going to go live with the drill that we told you that has not been announced publicly. Now the sheriff's deputy is telling us that people are getting sick, and he said also some people are getting blurred vision, stuff like that. And the only thing I could attribute to the blurred vision was the the new Ebola that they made in the lab just recently this year, all of this stuff is synthetic. So I'm not for complying at all. I'm not going to comply with tyranny. As a matter of fact, I told you what the target list was once they go down inside their Homeland Security meetings, anti-vax people, preppers, Trump supporters, stuff like that. And they're going to target people who are at churches, trying to get them to recruit the masses to take that, you know what. So lots of people getting sick in the same area where the live drill is going to happen in the Midwest. So I was telling you this because the sheriff, I got details, sheriff deputy anyway, he got details. He then got them in and then sent them to me. And he showed me, he said, the live drills are going to happen in this area, September. But for some reason right now, it's already experiencing a heavy load of sickness and uptick in people going to the hospital. So very convenient that this is the drill, as a matter of fact, if you're just tuning in, that has not been announced by FEMA. That's going to happen in September. Then it goes live October. I think potentially they might have then did a new beta test. Here's what's not going to be announced at all.
Excuse me.
To you. Per 14, enhancing planning preparedness is CDC and FEMA doing this together. Preparedness in response to pandemics on other large-scale public health emergencies. Instructor-led courses are provided in person and hosted by local organizations. These typical last 2 days and are delivered by experienced instructors. Certificates, CEU credits provided when FEMA SID number is entered into registration form. It will be used to maintain a record of the training you attend. So only the people who were given this record form are going to have the number to this and the date to this. Only reason why we have insight is insider intel was giving us this, and there is no PER 14 pandemic preparedness announced for 2024. It was announced years back, like 2023. This year, they wanted to keep it silent and shut because it seems like it's a targeted effort in specific locations for what they're doing. Course goal is to improve ability of public, private, and nonprofit partners to establish more effective coordination preparedness response. So remember that they're not just doing this with the public, they're doing this with the private sector. And nonprofit means, what did I just say to you? That's the people who basically probably got the 503(c) or 50C13, however you say the crap, signed up with the government. They're going to get you to coordinate as well with whatever they're doing. But on a secretive level, it's going to be mainly the federal government in control of all this because they actually kicked out most of the local law enforcement from going to some of these drills, the one in October specifically for the bird flu. Check it out. It says, preparedness and response efforts to public health emergencies related to large-scale biological, natural, or human-caused disaster, including pandemics. They clearly put human-caused disasters because they reconstituted everything. And then why do they call it the MPOX? Why nobody's questioning that? Because if you look in the database, the CDC in 2022, when they changed the recommendation, they said, look, we can't call it the monkeypox no more. We got to call it the MPOX. Yeah, we got to call it the MPOX. And my reason for that was because it's a different patent now. It's a different version of it. The Clade 2 one, that was in 2022 when Anthony Fauci was warning monkeypox need to be taken more seriously. Former FDA commissioner says the window to control it is probably closed.
Now, so you see the date of this? Okay, this was July 18, 2022, during the COVID and everything else, right? So now they're already talking about of course, this guy Fauci, I got to be careful what I say because I got everything on right now. They're already telling you what they're going to be doing for the next outbreak. They already tell you they're always going to tell you what they're going to do before they do it. Always. And anytime the CDC and the World Health Organization and FEMA get together, it's never a good recipe for humanity, ever.
Changed the name in 2022 when Fauci got the Clade 2 one, and it was approved to experiment and create a deadlier strain of monkeypox. So usually when they change the name of something on the patent, the name of it is that name, and we'll talk about the biomarkers and stuff like that. Dr. Anthony Fauci, department head, plans to create a new monkeypox virus that could have started a pandemic, but in fact, that's what they're using currently right now. So the CDC planes.
They're going to be spraying this. I have news for you. They're going to be spraying a biolog. I got to watch what I'm saying because TikTok and YouTube are live. They're going to be spraying this out of these planes, out of the helicopters. There's already people taking pictures of helicopters, spraying stuff out of them. I need you guys to understand that whatever you need to go shopping for, they're going to start doing the same thing like they did with COVID, where everybody's going to go rushing out buying toilet paper and masks and everything else. You got to be ahead of that. You got to be ahead of all of this. Okay, just know that it's here. It's here already. It's not even going to wait until September, October, November. It's already here. I'm telling you, there was things that were helicopters around my house. I've never felt the way that I feel right now, and there were things around my house.
Everything else, how they said a synthetic pox, you could bring a synthetic pox on us all. It all starts to make sense. Here's a little map they lit out. 7 days mpox map advises best vaccination and other protections.
No vaccination.
We're going to sit here and listen to your nonsense again. This is the little map here. Only thing I can confirm is in the Midwest, right?
Here's where I am. Right here. My arrow is right here. Here's where I am. Here's where, well, they're showing where Tampa is. I'm right in between here. This is where that stupid plane went and was spraying everybody. Right here. Right over where I am.
Right now. And if you're in the Midwest right now on the channel, let us know what's going on there. And if you're anywhere in America right now, let us know what you see on the ground. Because I ain't trusting the news. You shouldn't trust the news. Only thing we can do is talk to each other right here, right now, as a community. Get this information out so we know what's going on. Let's look at some patents, though, for clade 2 monkeypox that's been created. One of them was put out in 2014. No, it was actually, it just got put public. Clade 2 biomarker panel. The present disclosure provides a set of primers and optional probes for identifying the presence of mpox virus clade 2, which can be included or in a cartridge for automated detection of these pathogens by nucleic acid amplification. This disclosure also provides related detection methods as well as cartridge systems and kits useful in such methods. And they show the methods down there. Now moving into the
well, before we go,
portion,
I want to show you here. Look, methods of detecting bladder cancer, right? All different the assay system. Let me see, methods. Okay, apparatus, something that's going to help. An apparatus is something that helps deliver something, right?
Of this. So this is the patent history right here. This is the application. The publication number is right there.
All right, we don't got to look at patent numbers. But this is
before the election. It sparks do not comply movement.
Monkeypox outbreak before election sparks do not comply movement. Do not comply with getting the jab is what they're talking about. Okay?
Of course, it sparks
an outbreak
do not comply movements.
Right? Before the election. An outbreak before the election. Well, when's the election? Supposedly. Right? So this is going to happen before. They already started this.
The basic essential functions.
And this was when? August, this came out what? August 16, 2024, a couple of days ago. Not that long ago. This is a news article.
Of all this. The basic essential functions is to.
Let me see.
Then you got the other article.
Look at this. You see that on the hand?
WHO.
Look at this monkeypox.
I'll show you here in a few, but.
Look at this. Look at all these dots that are on the hands. They look like little red. Somebody took a magic marker and made a whole, like chicken pox. You know the chicken pox, the dots? Well, it's all over somebody's hand, all over their hands, like all dots, all over. And it's going to be all over people's bodies. Look at this. A likelihood of what? A lockdown over monkeypox outbreaks. Likelihood. Well, that means it's going to happen.
Then you got the other article. No, the WHO didn't order nations to prepare for mpox mega lockdown. Here's all the predictive programming, meaning they're going to do the opposite later just to keep you domesticated.
Got to listen to what's being said.